So, welcome to Disquieted. We're back again. Third time lucky.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, we've got 12 viewers now. We've got 12 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, it's nice to meet you all.
We've only got one long form video up as well. Quite a few shorts. So, guys, if you're watching this, go and have a look at the shorts. So, I'm Simon, for everyone, all the newbies.
I'm George.
Nice to meet you all. So, today, we're going to chat about what's going on in the news. Mr. Keir Starmer.
Yes. Is this man the most hated man in Britain right now?
I don't think he's the most hated man. I think he's the most hated Prime Minister. But he doesn't seem to understand the fact that no one really likes him. He seems to be living in this bubble.
I thought he would be gone this week. I thought we might have heard the news that they would get rid of him, and the backbenchers would have just, said to him, like, you've got to go.
Well,
but he survived, hasn't he?
Yeah, but the thing is, if you look through all the commentators, they're saying Starmer's got one thing that he can hold over their heads, which is general election. Because you think if he calls a general election...
Do they have a chance?
No.
I mean...
I don't think they do. Not now.
Some people must support... We must have some Labour supporters out there.
They're... As everyone knows, we're in Cambridge, UK. We've mentioned it before. And I've driven around the streets, around the road, around the town. The amount of Labour supporters... Because we're coming up to the May 7th.
I see a lot of, the signs out.
Yeah.
And it's vote Labour. Quite a lot. I see a lot of that.
And Green.
Yeah, Green as well, yeah.
What is this with Green?
Yeah.
Why are people going... What? Have you read their manifesto?
Oh, God.
Have you been watching
It's
what's going on in their manifesto? It's scary.
Yeah.
The crux of it, the Green Party wants to throw the doors open to the UK. That's it. And if you look at the UK, like we did on our last podcast, we mentioned about the cost of living.
Yeah.
Well, actually, our first one.
Yeah.
And not being able to buy a house.
Yeah.
Housing stock in the UK, we don't have enough.
Yeah, well...
If you think, last year, just from people coming, testy subjects through left and right, people coming over on the small boats, it was the size of Bristol. The population of Bristol came into the UK last year.
That is insane.
So really, every year, we've got to build a city the size of Bristol.
That is, you just look at the infrastructure, it's falling apart, isn't it? Look at the roads. The roads are shocking.
That's all down to Margaret Thatcher.
Well, I don't know if it is.
Yeah, because she took away, I've removed all of the government should be investing in the country.
Privatisation, you mean?
Privatisation, all of that. She brought in neoliberalism. I bang on about neoliberalism because that's what's killing our country.
Well,
and now we've got a mixture of the left and neoliberalism. And I'm like looking at it going, the country is screwed because we've had 200 years up until now of roughly the country being centrist in political form. So, and up until the 80s, it worked really, really well. But then it started declining. And this is the end result. And now, rather than us being centrists, we've got the left and the right. And they're fighting each other.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed with the left is the left are doing all those things that the right used to do. They're the ones that are trying to cancel people. They're the ones that are trying to...
Cancel culture.
Yeah. They're trying to do...
Well, they try... This today,
I was listening to the radio, on the way in, and it's still going on. Cancel culture.
Yeah.
I thought it stopped.
No, it's still going strong.
Gender critical
Yeah.
cancel culture is still rife in the UK. There's a group of women that go to running events, and they're the running choir, and they sing whilst they're running. The person that leads them I can't remember what her name is, she believes that there's only a man and a woman.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to mention the people that sponsor them. So that is right. The charity that supports them to do all this work, they cancelled her because of her view that there's only men and women.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like, that's insane. Like, freedom of speech is really, like, going away in this country.
No. You can have freedom of speech as long as you're on the left.
Yeah. As long as they agree with what you say.
Which is on the left.
Yeah, but the thing is that if you look at all the media now, if you look at, like, I mean, the BBC are just shocking, absolutely shocking. Like, all the mainstream media, like, I remember anything that people say that's against, or doesn't go in line with what they're doing, gets flack for it. Like that, who's the guy? Is it Ryan? He was on Rylan or something. He's on TV and he was saying about the immigrants coming over. I think they got rid of him. I think they sacked him. I don't. We'll have to ask the audience. But I mean, it's crazy. You're saying things that are true, and getting cancelled and punished for saying the truth. It's mad.
But then, because the average person's telling the truth, there's a group of people with a little bit of power telling the truth. Yeah, the people with power, they can stand up in the House of Commons and lie through their back teeth.
Yes.
And it be fine.
Yeah, I don't want to say Starmer's like, but he is one of the biggest liars. He always stands in front of the camera and everybody knows you're lying. Everybody can tell you're lying. And that whole thing about the him not knowing about the information. What's the chap who was in Epstein's? Mandelson. So him not knowing, that's total lie.
Now
everybody
actually,
knows that he knew that.
Actually, I will fall on his side. He might not have been told.
I think that's a far fetch.
Because the way that the civil service is set up now from Blair is the fact that the civil service aren't allowed to tell the Prime Minister that sort of thing. If you watch Liz, if you have a look through YouTube and start watching a bit of Liz Truss, because she's been saying some quite interesting things lately, she talks about that. I can see that happening. But the thing that he lied about, I think, is him not knowing about Mandelson's business dealings. He knew that personally.
Yeah.
You don't need to be told by the civil service about that. He knew, yet he still wanted Mandelson. Because Mandelson's the one that put him in power. One of the MPs stood up with the letter the other week, this week.
Jeez.
So
I think that,
he's just...
I think he's so out of touch with the people. He's not listening to anybody. He doesn't care about the British people. And I think they're just sick and tired of it.
There's another one you need to add into the mix. Khan.
Oh, I don't like him at all. I can't stand him.
The London mayor.
Yeah.
I think him and Blair...
They just don't listen to the people. They don't listen to anything that anybody wants. I mean, this whole thing about this bloody digital ID bullshit. It's like, who the hell wants that? Like, nobody wants this stuff. And it all comes from Ursula, from the EU. So you can look at Starmer. I wouldn't blame him totally, but I think he's just following orders from the EU guys, the central bureaucracy, which we don't vote for. We can't get rid of them. Somehow these people are running our country from Europe, And if you look at France and Germany, it's exactly the same. They're the same as Starmer. And there was that whole thing with them on the train. Do you remember when they were like, apparently doing cocaine or whatever in the train?
You're not allowed to say.
Okay.
Now, there is one thing I'll add to this. When we had the Brexit vote, I was working in a factory and people were going mad about it. Like, some people were really happy, some people were really sad. Well, actually, no, I wasn't. I worked in the factory just after that. I was actually in hairdressing when that happened. It was literally, I did the swap 6 months after it happened. But people were talking about it, and I'm like, and they're like, well, the political class aren't going to do anything about it. And I agree with them. The political class of that day weren't really going to do anything about it. Even the ones that said they weren't. So it's going to take us 20 years to get rid of all of those people, all that political class. Because that political class grew up in their political life having things told to them, you've got to go and do this by Europe. So there's no free thinkers.
Yeah.
And if you think, Keir Starmer is the last of that.
Yeah.
Really, Keir Starmer's government is the last of that. So you've got all the backbenchers MPs from Labour, a lot of them are new. I don't know what the exact percentage is, but a lot of them are new. So you've got this core group that just listen to Europe and just want Europe. And then you've got the left that are joining in with that because that's there. But as soon as you got like Starmer's lot moved out, I think you'll see a big change. The left will lose their voice. The right will gain their voice, but then the British people are going to get annoyed with the right because the right aren't listening to them either.
Yeah.
Then it's going to end up, so not this election coming, the election after, we're going to get a centralist government and things will be sorted out. So I'm afraid we've got another 8 years.
Well, that's not a very good thing if we've got 8 more years of this rubbish, because like people generally are not doing well, and that, you know, you can just see people aren't coping with this, with these costs that we've got, and you know, they just don't have any money left over. You know, they're just scraping by. And we had a few comments on the video about the housing, about people saying just work harder, but I mean, some people are already working, you know, 2 to 3 jobs, some people even, and they are struggling still. You know, it's like you can work harder, but then there's only so much you can do. You know, it's the fact that that everything is so expensive. Food, the basic things are really expensive. I mean, fresh food, good food is ridiculously expensive. He's sick and tired of not having any money left over at the end of the month.
I am. Because I'm in the jam.
Well, I think it's so expensive now to just exist in this country. And loads of people I know are leaving now. They're like getting up and going. And they're like, a lot of the people that came over with, you know, before Brexit that came to work, like the Europeans, a lot have actually left and have started to go. So I've got 2 friends who've been in the UK now for considerable amount of time, and they've decided to go back to Europe. So you've got these people coming over who aren't contributing.
Yep.
These are people that have paid their dues, they've worked, they've never claimed anything from the government. They've worked since they've been here, always had work and, you know, hard workers contributing to the country, and have decided enough is enough. They just can't survive here. They just can't, you know, make ends meet. So they're going back. And, you know, a lot of the Polish people who were here have started to go home as well. So I've noticed that a lot of those have gone back. And Poland looks really good at the moment, economically.
Poland's really turned round.
Yeah. And what
Before
did they do?
Brexit,
What did Poland do, though?
yeah, they went no to all the immigrants.
Well, there you go. And they seem to be doing, their economy is doing very well.
The thing is, the Starmer won't stop the boats because it's his votes.
Yeah. Well, he's been told by the EU Ursula von der Leyen and all those people are pushing
Yeah.
that into France, Germany, and everywhere they can.
But Germany's kicking them out. 100,000's going.
Where are they going to go, though?
They're going back to Afghanistan.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if Germany actually did follow through with it.
Yeah.
They can be really quite stubborn when they want to be.
Well, I think you know, if you look at the general mood in the street in England, I don't think it's very good. I think people are tired. I think they're stressed, and we see the mental health.
Yeah.
Big.
There's going to be one or two more things that happen that get out into the press, especially when it's to do with kids.
Yeah.
And then you're going to see a big
I don't think
kickoff.
Starmer handled that very well at all, and he really messed that up. And I think he
messes everything up.
Well, he does, yeah.
Everything he touches. The
Well,
same
I-
with
I have a question.
Same with what's her name, Rachel Reeves from Accounts.
Yeah, she's terrible as well. I have a question for the audience, though. If there are people out there that do support Starmer, just let us know in the comments if you do support him, first of all, and why you do, and what has he done. Because I can't think of anything good that's come out of this government so far. And I think they're just pushing us to the brink. Tax, more control, more censorship, more cancel culture, more tracking, digital ID. Then you're going to have after that, your digital ID, you're going to have digital pound, link it together, and they're going to track everything you do. They want to know what you're spending your money on. They want to make sure that every pound is taxed to the absolute maximum. Mm-hmm. And our money is taxed over and over, and it's not just taxed once. We get taxed continually.
Yeah.
Of every pound that we have, how many times does £1 get taxed in this country?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
You know, it gets taxed so many different ways, and it's like, I don't mind paying my taxes as long as the services and the infrastructure are really good, which they were back in the day.
Back in the day.
I mean, our
it started
NHS...
falling off in the 90s.
Yeah, but our NHS, when I was growing up as a kid, was really the envy of the world, wasn't it?
Yeah,
but now...
the thing is, the NHS is funded for about 10 million people less than they're actually here.
Yeah.
And they keep importing all these people, putting them on benefits. So they're not contributing. They're putting them on benefits, giving them a property to live in, and then expecting everyone else to pay for this. And you're like, why are you doing this? Because it just looks to me that Keir Starmer and his government hate the British people.
It looks like that. It certainly feels like that.
And if you look at London, look at Khan. If you ask him about anything, it's almost as if, if you're British, then actually you don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care about the indigenous population.
It's like they're almost embarrassed, aren't they, by the flag? It's like, you know, there's St George's Day the other day, and they're like, this whole thing about flags, like, if you're proud of your flag and where you come from, fine. What's the problem? It's not offensive. A flag. If you find flags offensive, you've got a problem, because a flag is a flag, and everybody has a right to wave whatever flag you want to wave.
They generally have a problem with the St George's Cross.
Yeah.
Now, the St George's Cross hasn't been around for that long in the UK. We could always go back to the original UK flag. England flag. Because there was one before the St George's. And just go back to that. It's quite simple.
But it
was blue shield. It was blue with a white shield on it, with a horse.
The question I've got is if you find British culture offensive, and you find the flag offensive, and you find the history offensive, what are you doing here?
Yeah. And also, if you find all of that offensive, so you find what the UK has done for the world offensive, why are you on the internet? The internet came out of the UK.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you using AI? AI came out of the UK. Why are you driving your car? why are you using the roads? Like, they're just two things. There's videos out there of what has the British ever done for us. And it shocked me of how much the UK has actually delivered to the world. Now, why are they buying stuff that's mass produced? Mass production was the Industrial Revolution is a UK thing.
Yeah.
So this whole thing that they're embarrassed to be British, it's only because they've been taught the bad things that we've done. And yes, every single civilization, every single country in the world has done something bad.
Of course.
Every single one.
Yeah.
The UK has stood up and owned it.
Yeah.
And we've sent people to war for it. And yet, all these people, and I'm going to say it's left wing that's doing it, not the right wing, as the left call people generally that centre, from centre all the way to the right. They've just bunched everybody up. They're proud to be British.
Yeah.
It's only the left wing side of politics that have decided that it's not a good thing to be British.
I just find it really
I'm just like,
strange.
what?
I find it really strange because they were taking down flags, like the councils were taking them down. People were putting them up, and then the councils were taking them down. And it was like...
Raise the flag.
Yeah, but then I actually know some guys who were doing security for that operation, where they were following the what they called the cherry pickers.
Yeah.
They were following them in case anybody attacked them as they were taking down the flags. And it's like, it's crazy. It's like you're spending taxpayer money.
Hold on. So, someone that is behind our flag, put it up. The council have decided that there's a certain part of the population that feel offended by said flag.
Yeah.
So they've sent people out to take them down.
Yeah.
Then they put security because
They're worried
people are going to have a go.
Yeah.
So does that not tell you that actually just leave them up?
Well, this is the thing.
Because it must be the fact that actually people want them up.
Well, this is the crazy thing.
Because it's not just, they're not just protecting for violence. Everyone's going to go, violence. Actually, no, you're going to get people that are going to go, why are you taking that down? Well, they're going to ask the questions. So the security are going to come in and have a go.
Well, the thing is that people now love to put people in boxes. They love to brand something. You know, it has to be a brand. So when they look at the flag and that, they're like, straight away, hooligan. Look, this guy's a hooligan. He's got a England flag. Must be a racist hooligan then. It's just like people brand it. It's like not everybody's like that. Some people can be proud of where they come from. It's normal.
I'm proud of it.
Look at America. You go to America. People have the flags in their gardens and stuff. They fly it in their, they have the flag everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It's like, here it's like embarrassed. People are embarrassed almost. They're like, I don't want to put my flag up. I might be seen as a racist or something. It's like, I like the cross. I like the flag. I love England. It's afforded our family great things. Like, we've contributed back to the country. And I think this is the thing. If you're coming here, you've got to give back. You can't keep taking all the time. You've got to give back to society. You've got to give something. And you can't come here and expect people to bend over and change the way they think because of you. Find it offensive. But this is so soft. Starmer is the worst lot for it because they let people come here who hate us and they help them. They clothe them, feed them, give them benefits, look after them.
And supposedly, now they're teaching them self-defense.
Well,
I heard. I don't know how true that is.
It's bonkers.
But
I just think
looking at going,
it's how the hell has it got to this point in England where it's got to this stage where, people are seen to be racist for being where you come from. Like, it's not. It's like, it's just what the left do. They attack you. They put labels on you and the far right term. Far right. So if you fly your flag, are you far right? I mean, that's crazy.
I don't know.
It's madness, right? Like, but the thing is like, you look at the people, they're not contributing to the society. They want things to change. They want to like their own, they want the country to bend over to the way they want to do things. But then you can't do that. You have to assimilate to the culture here, and you should be. And they don't encourage that enough. You should have to learn the language, for starters, because, you know, you would go to a country and you don't even speak the native language. How are you going to contribute to the society?
Well, actually, the
if
Brits
you can't? Well, but yeah, I know they do that. But I mean, like, I think if I was going to go to another country, I'd at least make the effort to learn the bloody language, because how are you going to contribute to society if you can't communicate with the people?
Yeah, but why all these people that are coming over, they don't need to.
No, they don't.
Because they know, they come over, they know that they're going to have an interpreter there.
Yeah.
And if you look at, you go into anywhere, you've got, especially in London, you've got a leaflet about information about something. It'll be in every single language, apart from English.
Yeah.
And you're like, so they don't need to, because the powers to be are just going, no, that's absolutely fine. You know, it doesn't matter. We can't be seen as being racist. Look at the R gangs that happened up north, which are in London as well, but Khan refuses to admit it, yet supposedly he's had all the documents to say, yes, this is happening. Because for some reason the British have had it drummed into them that if you're British and you say anything about anyone with a different skin colour to you, or different nationality to original nationality, their family heritage and that, to a British person, you're racist, no matter what it is. No matter what you say to them, it's racist. So this is why all these people get away with it. This is why you've got the likes of Tony Robbins. He's doing that big march.
Tommy Robinson.
Tommy Robbins. He's doing that big march in London on the 16th of May. Yeah, this is why you've got people like that coming in, because they're going, actually, no, it's not racist to be like this. You call out. If you look at the top, the Old Bailey. That is the court of the land.
Yeah, the law.
The main land, the main court of the British Isles, and its protectorates. What's she got on her face? Yeah, there's a statue on the top. Yeah, she's got her arms held out. Yeah, and you know that it's a set. She's doing a set of scales.
Yeah.
What's on her face?
I don't know.
A blindfold. Because
I do
the
know that,
law is blind. It doesn't matter what colour you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. This is the law. If you break it, you should be punished for it.
Yeah.
Yet, if you're not white, pretty much get away with anything.
Well, these days they are getting away with a lot more.
It doesn't matter. If you're white, then you'll have the book thrown at you. If you're anything else but white, you get away with whatever you want to get away with. And it's just being proved.
Well, yeah, you can see there's a lot of like, this is why people are fed up with Starmer, and I think they're fed up with the lot that we've got at the moment, because they push this whole thing. And it's like, you know, the king not doing Easter speech was like, was unusual, because it's like, well, what's the problem with, like, you know, keeping your traditions? Like, if people don't like it, tough, you know, don't change.
That is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
He's done all the Islam ones.
Yeah. He's done.
But he won't do a Christian one.
No.
It's as simple as that. He will not do anything to do with Christian.
No. He's kind of washed his hands of it, I think.
And I'm like, well, we're a Christian. Okay, the British people have come away from religion. But the foundation of the UK is based on Christianity.
Yeah.
The values of Christianity. Yet everybody in power seems to be going, no. Actually, we're going to let a different set of beliefs take over our country.
Yeah.
And I've looked into those set of beliefs. Oh my God.
We better not get into that on this one.
Oh my God. I'm not going to go in unhinged. I'm stopping myself.
Yeah.
Because it's, I don't understand why.
Back to Starmer.
Starmer.
Well, I think we have to look at what is he doing with, what are they doing, this lot that we've got in? Is there a way to make things better? So the things like the cost of living crisis, is there a way to make that better? I'm sure there is. And I'm sure that the people in Europe don't want us to, because they seem hell-bent on making us, pushing us down. They don't want us to do well by the looks of it. Because...
Why would they want us to do well? Because we came out of Europe, so they need to punish us. Because they don't want the other 26 countries to go, oh, actually, the UK came out. They're doing pretty well.
Yeah, they want everybody to stay in, yeah.
That it's a control thing.
Yeah.
The whole of Europe, Brussels.
Yeah, Brussels.
Is just about control. Look what they did to Ireland.
Yeah.
Back when we went from the EEC to Europe. It was we didn't get a say in it. It was just signed off.
Yeah.
But Ireland actually had a referendum. So the Irish said no to it. Good boys and girls. And Europe told them to go back. They ended up having 3 referendums on it to get the right answer.
Jeez, man. I mean, they do...
That just proves what they're going on.
I think
so
they're so corrupt. They're so... The Brussels lot are the most worst corrupt people there are.
Now,
I don't believe, And the thing is, they're not even voted in. We don't... If we can't get rid of these people, we don't get a say in Ursula von der Leyen. She's there. We can't get rid of her. She's not elected. She's unelected, and she's running Europe. She's running the UK, she's running France, and she's running Germany into the ground.
Oh, yeah,
all
Germany's
of us.
GDP is going down.
We are all getting stuffed with these stupid policies that come out of Brussels, like this net zero rubbish.
Oh, no. I'm for net zero.
We've talked about another
We've talked about this one.
But not just that then, but then let's say we can agree that they force the immigrants in, and anybody who doesn't let immigrants in gets punished. Poland, Hungary. Hungary was getting fined every day for not letting any immigrants in because they said no. And they've just got rid of the old guy, Viktor Orban, and they've got this new guy. And that EU thought, oh, we've got rid of the old guy. Now the new guy's going to side with us and is going to start playing ball like we want him to. He turned around and said, no. He's going to be even harder than the last guy. So they went very quiet in Brussels after that, very quiet, because they were celebrating the day he won, and the other guy, they were saying, oh, freedom, democracy wins, and all this and all that, thinking they've got their guy now. On the inside, they've got their man like Starmer, Macron, and the other guy, Merz. They thought, oh, now we've got one of us. He's gonna play ball with us. He's gonna toe the line. He's not.
But you know whose fault all of this, all these illegal immigrants? I'm going to call them from what they are. It's the invasion of the illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
You know whose fault it is?
Well, I would say it's America. If you ask me personally, some people might not agree with me, but I would say it's their foreign policy in the last 30 years has created this problem. And I think...
Do you know the exact foreign policy it was?
Well, I think when they went to the Middle East, after 9/11, I think it all started with that for me.
It's nothing to do with 9/11. Absolutely nothing to do with 9/11.
What do you say it is? What is it?
Petrodollar.
Yes, but that has to do with... that.
Libya?
Yeah.
No, Libya.
Yes.
So Colonel Gaddafi
Yep.
was running Libya.
Yep.
Libya, under Colonel Gaddafi, okay, he was doing some evil stuff, but everyone went to university. Women were going to...
free.
For free. Free healthcare. Free
power, electric.
Free power. he wanted to come away. He was the first country that wanted to come away from the
Well,
petrodollar.
as soon as he started talking about that other currency, they offed him. Yeah, they got rid of him.
So the Americans asked us, "Can you remove him from power?" Which we did. But what people aren't talking about is every single European country used to give him. I think my figures are right. I looked into this years ago. 200 million a year. That's every European country, 27 countries, giving him 200 million a year to keep the immigrants in Libya. Because they all come through Libya.
Yeah.
You look at the timeline, once that regime fell, and then it completely went to schmuck over there, they all started coming over.
Yeah, you got three main
so
things that happened with that. You had and I think that the petrodollar is what it's all about, because everything that America does is to protect that, because they've got nothing without that petrodollar. I mean, once the world uses another currency, they're in trouble.
Well, look, if you look at it, BRICS.
40 trillion in debt now, America. So close, I think just under 40 trillion.
Now, if you look up MMT, you can't that debt doesn't exist.
Well, it's that they've printed the money basically, and that's what's caused this crisis of. It's not that we always talk about inflation, and like that's the main thing that drives people's lives. Is the cost of how to live in a country, how to exist basically, and they've just devalued our currencies basically through printing loads of it. So when you look at the whole thing with Middle East and all that, it was only ever going to make things way, way worse for us. So when they got involved in Iraq, most people were saying, don't go.
Everyone said, don't go.
Everybody said, don't go.
But
they still went.
But it was Article 15 was done in NATO.
Yeah.
Now, I hate Blair. I think it was the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
I don't like him.
He's on par. Blair and
do you think Starmer's worse than Blair, or?
I think they're on par.
Yeah.
Blair did it openly. Starmer is trying to do it under the table. So actually, Starmer's worse. If you do it openly, I'll be like, yeah, okay, I'll give you that one, mate. You're owning it. Starmer is trying to do everything under the table and not owning anything. Yeah, he's not a man.
No.
Starmer is not a man. A man will stand up and own.
Yeah, accept responsibility.
And accept their responsibilities.
When they're wrong.
When they're wrong. Even if they don't want to.
Yeah.
Look at Blair. He owned everything he did. You can see when he went into Iraq, he realised that it was the wrong thing. He kind of owned it. He didn't shy away from it like Starmer has. So, I've forgotten where I was going with that now. It's bad. But, where was I going?
So,
help.
It's the link between, like, we're talking about who's worse, so Bush or Blair, and I think you're saying that basically all the problems have started since then.
They started at Blair. The Thatcher and Reagan started the decline of the UK. Got a great story for you. So Europe turned round to, I'll go back a little. Go back a little. Well, I'll come forward a little bit. So Thatcher, when we're nationalising denationalising the railways.
Yeah.
The person that she got in to do it had a meeting with her and said, this is not going to work. Now, this never came out in the press. Tentative connection, one of my friends back in the 90s, his girlfriend, that was her dad.
Okay.
And they talked about it. She turned around and went, I don't care, you're doing it because this is what we've been told by Brussels. Yep. Now, if you look at the article about nationalisation of railways, it states that, in a nutshell, goods should be able to go from Poland to the tip of Italy with 0 stops. So you own the train line, you run it down, you run that train line all the way down there. Works brilliantly on a multi-country landmass. UK, not so good. And then the last line, it states the UK is the blueprint for this.
Yeah.
Then you look at the electricity and power. She nationalised that. You look at the last line of that, the UK is the blueprint for this. So everything that they used us because they knew we wouldn't say no. They used us as the guinea pigs for all of this. Go back to the railways. France and Germany, their governments only nationalised a little bit only denationalised a little chunk of it.
Yeah.
The European courts turned around and said, you need to do the whole lot. They turned around to them and said, go take a long walk off a short pier.
Yeah.
And didn't do it. And Europe was like, all right then. So Europe sends out all these things. The Brits are great. We try and abide by the law. No one else does.
No.
And we're the ones that get screwed for it.
Yep.
We try to be the good people. And we've always... Okay, there's been points in history where we've not been good. Like trying to invade 95% of the world. But since the Second World War, we've actually been a pretty good country. We've tried our best. We've learned from our mistakes, and we try to move forward. And then we get these different powers coming in that really just screw us over. Thatcher screwed us over. Blair screwed us over. Now Starmer's just finishing off the nails in the coffin.
He seems to be doing it the quickest out of everybody. So I think
without actually putting any legislation in.
Yeah, he's just, without any type of mandate or anything, he's just gone off the rails and done what he wanted. I think we'll wrap it there for this episode, but if you've watched and you are living in the UK, tell us your thoughts on Keir Starmer and the current bunch in power.
We would like to know all spectrums.
Yeah, I would like to have some positives. So if people out there have got something positive to say about the current government, then I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear it because
I want my mind changed.
And I think what we can do is, we do get a comment, we will talk about it on the next episode.
And if we actually get a constructive comment, not just a troll or a keyboard warrior, I'll actually reply to you.
Yeah. So thanks for watching and listening, and it's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from him.
Nice one. You remembered I tested you that time.
Did, didn't you?